What's happening, guys? My name is OTG and let's welcome you back to Davilo's Journey episode number 21 here in Malaysia for what can possibly be one of the most crucial Grand Prix of his career. He really needs to pick up some crucial points after second position in the previous race. He's now second in the Drivers' Championship. Obviously their goal is Constructors and Fernando to win it, but Sergio would love to have a little push and a nig at some of the top teams to say, well, I am a class driver, and you're looking for this setup here as Sergio had a decent qualifying in 6th position, qualifying above 2 Lotuses and 2 McLarens, which is a good performance, but couldn't beat either the Red Bulls or Mercedes, which is a little bit disappointing for him. So after finishing second in the previous race after 100%, we're now 50%ing it here in Malaysia to see how Sergio can cope with what is going to be some dynamic weather, because I saw there was a over 50% chance that there would be rain in this race, and seeing it's a 50% race, I think we're going to get some rain, so we have to wait and see. 5 lights away, he moves slightly to the right, gets a decent start actually, slitting behind Mark Webber using some curves. Now, after using half a bar of curve, slips onto the outside, the racing line, no one else is there, he's unchallenged, loads of arrows on his side, he just breaks a little bit earlier, Alonso getting forced wide, gets spun a little bit there, a little bit risky, hitting Webber, it's not Sergio's fault though. Now looking to go around the outside, but there is Webber holding his position and 2 Red Bulls, but there's a Mercedes now of Nico Rosberg trying to squeeze him out. But now going through, Vettel and Webber taking an inside line. They're going 3 abreast, now 4 abreast. It's going to be interesting into this first corner. Lewis Hamilton versus Sergio Davilo going into that hairpin. Not hairpin, sorry. The two-gear right-hander, sorry. Now going up the fast left and right-hander. He seems to have got the position on Lewis Hamilton, but Lewis Hamilton being one of the fastest guys on the track, surely is going to come back at him as he takes it 4th gear through these 2 fast right-handers at 115 miles per hour now, not using any curves, saving it for the main straight, getting up into 6th gear before braking at the 100-meter board, going into the corner, and clearly Hamilton isn't going to be going for a move at this stage, as we do skip to lap number 6 now, lap number 5, sorry, going on to 6. And Sergio still in 1st, Alonso in 3rd, and Nico Rosberg in 2nd position. A great job from him to get his defence of his World Championship underway. But at the moment, it's a double podium for Ferrari, something they would love to see. But on their point of view, they want Fernando to finish above his teammate, because Fernando is the chosen driver now. Going into the pits, are they going to sabotage his time? Well, they seem to have done pretty well with a 3.180. So that isn't too bad at all. And as he drops down now into 11th, looks like he's going to be sticking on 11th, unless, now he's dropping down the order 15th, and now he's down into 16th, as I believe Jules Bianchi, there he is, so he's down in 16th position, going to have to try and get this place as quickly as possible, so he loses as little time on his rivals. Kimi Raikkonen there in 17th, obviously had to make an early pit stop. Sergio has pitted, I believe, 1 or 2 laps earlier, because he had got a gap on Vettel, who made a mistake. So now, Jules Bianchi, not as fast as the other cars, he's used around about half his curves, braking a little bit later into that corner, and just glides up the inside, getting a little bit wide, but he's got the move done, and the position is taken. Romain Grosjean setting the fastest lap of the race, going on to lap 7 now. Hülkenberg is ahead of him. Where does he come out? There's a Ferrari. It's his teammate. He breaks early so he doesn't make contact, almost making contact with Fernando, who compromises his racing line, but as they're racing, it's allowed. Now going through, it seems that Sergio is just going to sit back and let Fernando take this one away, and hopefully he can pick up some crucial points and Fernando can go ahead and push for the race victory now. We're now going to skip ahead onto another crucial part of the race, which is lap 8. And lap 8, here comes some cars exiting the pits. Who is it? Well, it seems to be one of the Mercedes. It's a Mercedes of Lewis Hamilton. So Sergio in 5th position after being 1st has lost him, now down in 5th position. Lewis Hamilton is the next car ahead of him. He's going to have to try and get him up here, but I don't think he's going to have enough. He just hasn't even got any curves. So he isn't going to have enough tarmac to gain as much of an advantage though, braking very late into the corner, gaining a little bit of time on Lewis House, skipping on to later onto lap 8. He seems to be catching up on Lewis. So clearly he's got his tyres up to a good heat as he sets the fastest middle sector of all people, hitting that corner beautifully compared to Lewis, who had to go a little bit slower as he's on colder tyres. Spits of rain seem to be falling. He's now gaining loads of time through this right and left hander as he brakes a little bit later, but it looks like Lewis is going to have better traction out that corner, and Lewis looks to be away. But Sergio does have DRS, no curves but DRS, and DRS will give him as much of an advantage as he would like now. Gaining and gaining, hopefully get him on the second straight now, and braking a little bit later. avoiding contact but taking more inside line. They both get a they get a very similar exit, but Lewis seems to be getting away. But Sergio now has DRS. Lewis moving defensively. He sets a personal best lap time. He then goes up the inside, no curves needed, and Sergio moves up into 4th position after a clean move on Lewis Hamilton as Nico Rosberg sets the fastest lap of the race. Almost about 8/10 faster than Sergio. Now on lap 13, the spits of rain are definitely imminent now, so then dynamic race weather is definitely here to show. The tyres are destroyed. Now it's a risk. Do you pit now or do you wait until the rain completely falls? Well, Sergio cutting the corner there. Well, that obviously means he's into the pits. He didn't want to make any contact on cold tyres. It's a very decent decision to make there to avoid going around the outside or even trying to attack Hamilton. So he went for the more cleaner option. Didn't have to give the position back because he obviously is entering the pits. Didn't gain an advantage really, and into the pits now. The time is a 3.179, which is 100 faster than the previous time that was set by the Ferrari boys. So only 100 faster. They need to improve if they want to challenge for the constructors battle. And now exiting the pit, there he is. It's Nico Hülkenberg, his former teammate, ahead of him. So he's going to have to try and catch up with him. As you can see, Hülkenberg is his next target going through this area. He's got colder tyres but fresher rubber, so he should be able to game Hülkenberg, but he isn't going to do it here. It seems he's not got enough, hasn't got enough tarmac to do it. But he will have a good chance on the double DRS zone, and also the back is straight. I don't know what it is. It's like maybe 400 meters long, and we're actually here now, skipping later on to lap 14. No curves available, but he's going to brake a little bit later into the corner, up the inside. Well, he does that beautifully, no contact made, and he just takes a lovely line through there and gets the move done. Up into 12th position now, obviously not battling for points, but when everyone comes out of the pits it could be crucial. As you see now, he's in 4th position, everyone else is pitted. He now comes into the pits on lap 17. You can see the rain is definitely settled on the ground now, so it is intermediate weather conditions. So the next lap stop is saying lap 20. These intermediate tyres do drain away quickly as he selects the intermediate tyre option as another team getting ready. That is the Red Bull team. What sort of time do they set this time? It's a 3.26, obviously. Getting their horrible tyres off and putting them, and they've got wet conditions to put them off as well. Not a bad time from the team. They're consistently putting in reasonable times that can help him challenge for the World Championship, it seems, and possibly challenge for some crucial points today. He exits the pits, and there's Lewis Hamilton now, battling side by side. There's another car there as well, and that's Kimi Räikkönen, so he actually gets the move done. Skipping to lap 21 now, when he comes and enters the pits on these destroyed tyres. He's in 7th position. Gutierrez and Webber are the cars in front and behind him. Now into the pits. Can they consistently make these time? At the moment it's 7th position for Sergio. Been a bit of a dreadful day for most teams. Nobody expected this. I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it if it was 100% this race. Exiting the pits after setting a 3.3 second pit stop time. A bit unrealistic because they do set low, round about middle 2 point, maybe about 2.5, 2.4 in real life averagely. So they need to improve that in the next game though. Comes out 8th position behind Hamilton and in front of Kimi Räikkönen. So that isn't a bad pit stop by the boys, but they're expecting a 3rd position, and at the moment he's actually lost 2 positions after his qualifying. But nevertheless, he wants to keep going, and on lap 24 he's still in 8th position, but he is struggling on these tyres, and he's probably thinking about coming into the pits very soon. He comes now through, and Kimi Räikkönen is right on his tail. They want him into the pits. He decides against it. His tyres are doing well as Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Räikkönen both go through. And there's Jules Bianchi lap. So now it's all about what sort of time can Sergio set while he's out on the track, and this, obviously the other guys are getting their tyres up to temperature. Where will he come out? There's some more cars coming into the pits. This could be crucial for the race and some crucial points in the championship. The fact that Vettel and Raikkonen behind him, 2 crucial and 2 very important guys in the championship. Marussia holding him up there, making cause a 3.8 second pit stop. Surely that means that Vettel and Raikkonen are going to get ahead. He's looking for a way round, but it's only the pit stop, so don't get too excited. He seems to be in 8th position still, but here comes some cars. It's Sebastian Vettel, but will he stay ahead of him? He does indeed stay ahead of Sebastian Vettel. The 4-time world champion can't get past the rookie driver in his rookie season. It's his his rookie season at Ferrari and his 2nd spell as a Formula 1 driver. Lap 26 now, breaking into this corner. It's very difficult. It is probably wet weather conditions now. He hits the bollard, spins the car, tries to hold it well, and now just has nothing to do, and he's on the racing line. He can't get away from it, and cars then just come and drive into him. He had no traction, no way, and he does get a penalty for that. I think it's a little bit harsh. He spun, he couldn't move, he couldn't do anything about it, and really, if they were more fair, they would have let him pass. But now, for Sergio, it's all about building a 10-second gap to Gutierrez, or at least someone, because if he can build a 10-second gap, he will score a point. It's very crucial. He has got a gap. He's coming up to a lap car of Van der Garde now. He needs as much of an advantage as he can get. Can Sergio pick up a point and continue what he wants to do, and that's finish in the top 10 in every single race of the season? He does in fact finish in, well, it's covered up there by the subscribe button, so you're going to have to wait and see where it is. The tension is building. Where is he finished? Fernando Alonso in 2nd position. Sergio finishes in 10th position after a 10-second time penalty. He's only 4 seconds off Gutierrez in 9th, which wasn't bad at all, but he was 3 seconds off Jean-Eric Vergne, who his best performance last season, as we remember, young driver of the season, went to Jean-Eric Vergne after a great 2nd position. But Fernando Alonso in 2nd position and Sergio in 10th position, picking up a singular point. And if any of you doubted the fact that Sergio finished in 2nd, there he is. 18 plus 1 equals 19 points. He's in 5th position, joint with Romain Grosjean. Really interesting to see how this battle's going to hold out. Mercedes 1-2 at the top there, 33 and 31. Scuderia Ferrari in 2nd in the Drivers' Championship, beating Infinity Red Bull Racing, Vodafone, McLaren, Mercedes, Lotus and Sauber. Sauber only 2 points, so clearly struggling without Sergio Davilo. But guys, at this point, I hope you have enjoyed this episode of Davilo's Journey. I haven't stopped talking. I have brought you some very eager gameplay and some very eager commentary. Guys, if you could leave a like button, subscribe for more content, talk about it on Twitter by using the hashtag Davilo's Journey, same in the thing, just no apostrophe at the top. So guys, thank you for watching. My name is OTG. I'll see you guys in the near future for more news, views and information here on my channel, and of course, Sergio Davilo's Journey. Bye guys.